Yep, that's good.
Hey, Tren.
Hello.
What are we doing this week?
Well, I thought we'd look at actually the blind spots. When I talk about blind spots, it's like when we pick a card and go, oh shit, it's just one meaning in our head and we can't move from that one meaning.
Yeah. Where do you find that those blind spots mostly show, or like when? Because I know for
Yeah,
myself, like, I don't know about you at the moment, but I'm
yeah.
feeling like the energies are all fucking over the place.
Didn't we talk about this last week about
I
being in a
think
washing
we
machine and
did.
just
Yeah,
like
we did, I think.
being
And
tossed here and there and everywhere and not getting anywhere?
anyway, and I feel like that's still now. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what's going on? Like, and when I will lay cards out for myself, like I find it really hard to read for
I
myself.
can't
Can
read for
you read for
myself. I
yourself?
can't read for myself.
Yeah.
Cannot read for myself.
Yeah. So
Try to.
yeah, so in the beginning, I found that I could very much read for myself and very much read for my friends. But as time went on, I found I was getting those blind spots
Yeah.
that you're talking about and getting that tunnel vision,
vision.
and going, I can't see past the problem, which is why I go and get readings and why you go
Yeah,
and get
exactly.
readings, right?
Yeah.
We're here to talk about that fucking tunnel vision blind spot shit. So what happens when you're feeling like crap and you get, say, a card like this?
That's my most disliked card in the
Which
whole
is
deck.
the Seven of Swords from the Rider-Waite deck.
Yeah.
So what happens for you when you see that? Like, how are you blind spotted or tunnel visioned
as
by
soon as
that?
and if it comes out in readings, I have to stop myself. But if it comes out for me, I just go, oh, somebody's stealing, or what am I stealing, or what am I being betrayed, or can't get my words out, or deceived. I mean, it's just those words: betrayal, deception, and theft.
Yeah.
And that's where I just tunnel vision with this Seven of Swords, and I have to keep pulling myself back and go, hang on, how does that feel for this actual reading?
Yeah, see, what is it? See, feel, know.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
like,
feel,
it's
know.
like fucking modality, and I've got to go, what is it again? See, feel, know. So yeah, see, feel, know. So what do you see? What do you feel? What do you know? So I feel like the blind spots, if you go back to see, feel, know, you'll be able to maneuver your way around.
Yeah.
However, when
Doesn't
you got a
always
lot
work.
going on and you feel like you're in a fucking washing machine and you pull that, you might think, oh my God,
Yeah, why bother?
Why bother? And throw your hands up in the air, because I know that's how I can get.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a behavioural thing I probably should work on a little bit,
Well, yeah, well, yes, we've got a lot to work on.
We do got a lot to work on, but we're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So let's go back to basics when we get blind spotted or tunnel visioned, right? Maybe it's about the number, right? Remember, see, what do you see? Maybe it's about the element itself, which is air, communication,
ideas, isn't it?
Ideas, that's right. So it's also intellect. So what if you're walking away with your own intellectual property? What if you are quietly leaving a situation?
So you're not engaging in conflict, you're just walking away quietly.
Walking away quietly. The thing, and there are some things with some cards that, well, definitely, where there's words that's what it means. And that is what this card means, right? Betrayal, loss, theft, all of the things, deception, it does mean all of that.
It does.
And the question then is, who, as Trina raised, who's doing that?
Exactly.
Are you doing that
to me,
to yourself? Or are you doing it to someone else? Or is it an energy you need to be aware of that is around you? Because maybe other people are doing this. Interesting. So the blind spot, back to see, feel, know, right? Because it's a bright yellow.
Yes, it's got a brightness to it, but
it's
funny because I don't see the brightness.
Yeah, right. So remember, and this is kind of going to tap into my book a little bit. So this is exciting. I wasn't going to talk about that today, but here we go. When we're looking at the card, we're looking at the whole entirety of it, which means all of the corners, all of the edges, what's outside, what's inside. So, maybe the yellow, be open, maybe that's the blind spot, that you're not open to the fact that the sun is shining, that, there's a lot of growth here. And I think about yellow, right? Yellow is our solar plexus. What does solar plexus represent?
to me, I get confused, but I think it's all like creation, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like our personal power.
Personal power.
Because we birth in our orange.
That's
in our
that's where I get confused.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to get confused, right? But it's our personal power, right? So it's like the I am strong,
Well,
I am confident, I am worthy, all
taking
of that.
what's mine back.
Taking what's mine back. And you can feel that as we say that. If I hold the card up for those that are watching and you say to yourself, I am reclaiming what is mine. I am taking back what energies I left in other portals,
situations,
timelines, dimensions, all of the things, right? So a reclaiming of your energy. So it can be that. So I hope that looking at the colors and doing the see, feel, know
has sort of opened up the vision a bit more.
Yeah. How do you feel like now?
Like now, all I can see is the yellow.
Yeah. All I can see is the yellow. So he's even walking on like a similar
yellow, isn't he?
color. Like it's different, but it's similar.
That same tone, isn't it?
Tone,
same tone.
Yeah. So maybe hopefully that's helped you with your blind spot on how to actually move through that. Now, pardon me, what about another 7?
Another 7. It's funny that.
7 of Cups. What happens for you here?
To me, that is just overwhelm.
You see the 7 of Cups as overwhelm. Where do you feel that? Here's the other thing with working with blind spots and tunnel vision. Where do you feel it in your body?
In my own body, in my head. It's like, oh shit, I can't. And that's what it feels like. I cannot deal with this, so I'm not going to deal with anything.
Right. So that's how it shows for you. See, I look at it, and for me, I feel this 2 ways. One is I'm overwhelmed by choice.
Yes.
Right. Which you're right is I also feel more around my head. Funny, and yet it's an emotion card.
It's an emotion card, which is funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
You would think we would feel it in our head. It's thoughts, it's thought. But to me, it's in my head. It's just like there's just too much going on.
Do you think that might be an indication like of overthinking or
definitely,
like overstimulation maybe? Do you think like
or there's too much chatter in your head and you just cannot find that thread to find a way out.
Yeah, I love using the golden thread.
Yeah.
Love the golden thread method. So very interesting, because like it's blue. We've talked about the backgrounds and like that's blue, which speaks to us about our throat chakra, right? And it also speaks about, to me, blue is emotion.
Yes.
It does.
Which ties in with the cups, doesn't it?
Ties in with the cups, So I look at it, this particular card, and the overwhelm, I can feel that in my head. And if I just stop for a sec, I also tend to feel it like a swirling around my body, like a crushing in. If I look at it in that context. Because normally for me, my blind spot with this card is seeing it as choice, right? There's a lot of choice here. So we can narrow that down by determining which particular cup we are looking at and going, okay, well, this is the order, or this is the thing that I need to focus on. But also it can be like, I look at it and go, some things are going to be highlighted, because you'll see the figure, we're using the Rider-Waite deck on the 7 of Cups, and the figure here is sort of standing back and he's dark, like he's all black.
He's in the shadow.
So he's kind of like in the shadow, isn't he? Like, but all this light is shining, showing him all his choice, which maybe he didn't see before. So it might be about being illuminated. Or stepping out
of the shadow. So you've been hiding yourself away for too long, or not acknowledging what's in front of you.
Not acknowledging and missing opportunity, maybe. So, because the clouds are a little bit like they're all sitting on top, aren't they?
But to me, the clouds are quite stormy as well. It's that grey colour. It's that stormy feel. So it could be things are coming out of, it's like calm after the storm. So maybe things are coming after difficulties.
You're finally going to see what's in front of you that you couldn't see before. So maybe that's a way to help you through the blind spot of that, apart from your see, feel, know. I feel like analyzing it like that. How do I feel about the clouds? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe things are coming into my awareness now that I didn't see before, and I have more choice than I realized. So take a step back.
And look, what is the priority? What is my
What is
first
the
step?
priority? Yeah. What
Yeah.
is, that's a good way to look at that. That
Yeah.
card might be, what is my priority? Out of
Yeah,
all the
out of all the
things
things.
on the agenda and all the things that show themselves, what actually is my priority here? Like what needs to occur first, you know, and if we don't know and we're feeling uncertain about that, then it's going to be, for me, feel, see, know. Close your eyes, turn the card over so you can't see it for the moment, and then when you flick it back over, what exactly are you looking at?
What does your eye go to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And is it the cup itself? So are you seeking support?
Yeah.
In that particular area? Maybe it's not a thing for you to do. Maybe it's about the
Just sitting with
emotional
it.
support and sitting with it until you feel it fully, because it's a feeling card, right?
Yeah, interesting.
Isn't it interesting?
And we can break these things down.
I know, right? And there will be a standard, typical meaning. However, this is how you get through the blind spots once you get the typical meanings. Like,
we'll get the typical meanings out of your head, the ones that you just keep going to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to show this one because this one is, for me, a blind spot, right? I see the Three of Swords, and I, in the past, would go, oh yeah, heartache, divorce, heart attack, sadness, emotional despair, that kind of thing, because it is a grey, loomy looking cloud card, right? With, heart, three swords in it. Over time, I learned that this can be emotional clearing.
Yes, because I always look at this note. Yes, it depends on the reading, but most times I see this as a healing.
Yeah,
it's a healing.
Yeah,
It's a healing. The damage is done.
Yeah,
the grief, the sadness, whatever, it's done. It's now time to start healing.
Yeah,
That's how. And this is only probably the last 12 months that I start to see that card as a healing card.
A healing card, yeah. And I'm looking at it as you're saying that, and I'm like, after every storm, there's a rainbow, right? The shit clears, right? Nothing is permanent. And I think that's what we need to remember when we're looking at these blind spots, is nothing is permanent. It will change. It will
definitely change.
You know, everything is different.
As much as we think we're stuck in something and nothing's changing, things are moving.
Absolutely, things are moving. Yeah. And even like, I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here because we were talking earlier about like how the energies are and how a little bit fucked up we felt. And I'm like, actually, nice reminder that everything changes.
Nothing is permanent.
Nothing is permanent. So things will move around. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us of that, doesn't it?
Yes,
that,
it is.
Things change and they're on the move. Even if we don't know.
And we can't see, we've got to remember that life is a cycle. It does not
Life is a cycle. I love that. Yeah. And maybe this is the time, the cycle for the clearing, the cycle for the healing, the cycle for the release of the emotional stuff. Because I'm just going to talk about that. Tren does this amazing thing with tapping and tarot, right? And I'm just thinking about it here and how we need to release that stuff out of our body. And another way is just dropped in my little head to look at this Three of Swords, is that maybe it's time to clear your emotional body so that you're not overthinking your shit and you're not hanging on, you're not holding on to the pain.
Yeah, so tap away.
Tap away. Or playing the victim that you may not even realize you're doing, you know, because the victim hands their power to someone else because they want to be saved. And then when that person steps up and does the thing that the victim wants, 9 times out of 10, the victim will resent that person for having the power. And it's like, well, what?
You can't have it both ways.
That's a cycle of like being human,
it
right?
is.
And
and we all go through those stages of being the victim or not.
Absolutely.
And we've just got to find that balance and healing.
And I'm just going to touch that card a bit more. Like all this shit's dropping in my head. I'm like, oh my God. It's once somebody feels heard.
Yes,
I feel
very much heard.
Got to feel heard. So you want to find the person or the situation that allows you to be felt and heard. You want to be really heard, because once you've had your story heard properly and not just parroted back to you and not someone saying, yes, I know you told me that. you know, quiet enough already, which is not a nice energy to have around you. Yeah, find that this could be what that is, letting you know that, okay, it's time to release this from my body, and I need to find a safe space in which I can do that.
Exactly. So, and looking at the card. And I don't think I've taken much notice, but the swords are actually blue. And you're talking about speaking, getting that emotion out. That's the blue color.
There you go.
You know, so yeah, so again, even if you have to speak out into the wind, get it out of your body.
Get it out of your body. There's this vulnerability to that card, isn't there? I'm just going to check the dragon cards, because I know I love the dragon cards. We're just going to check to see what the Three of Swords looks like in here, because I think it's a little bit more graphic. So I just want to see and feel into what that difference may be. But Tren, like, how have you felt like blindsided or tunnel visioned by that card, or not so much?
Not so much now. I think I was, because, and this is going back probably 12 months, 2 years, but you know, when this card came up, I think, oh, just heartache and sadness and grief and all the horrible things. But the more I look into it and the more I look at it, the more I see healing. To me, the wounds have already happened. You know, the swords are in that heart. The wounds have already happened. There's no more happening. And the rain and the clouds are behind you. That's just how I look at this card. Everything is behind you. It's now time to start healing.
Yeah, front and center, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at the Dragon Tarot, and this is like a lot more graphic. We have the dragon that's literally reached in and ripped someone's heart out.
Oh, lovely.
And holds it up, but the body still has the swords in it. So I'm going to speak, or it's like a rock. I see it as like a,
which it looks like a volcano.
Yeah,
volcano,
so to me, it's like on this particular card, it's like put his swords in, made his claim, and then has held the heart up. So I'm still again feeling, I was going to hold these two up together, that the swords that have made the stake or the claim are going to need to be released.
Yes.
I still feel it's about releasing, looking at that. And the dragon is like, I'm actually looking at that going, I wonder, is he victorious in that? Like, has he ripped that out and had a really good look at what that is and said, here it is, or victory over whatever it is. Like, it's a really interesting concept.
With the dragon card, it could be like, you know, he's ripped out the pain and the wounds and everything to be released. To be released,
to have a good fucking look at them.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that I feel the Three of Swords, you might be able to look at it a little bit differently now, as opposed to just, you know, pain, betrayal.
And when we think about, if we go from the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords have been taken out, haven't they? They're resting on the wall. I don't think
that's a really good point. Because there's
is it three? I don't think we've got it out.
No, I think we got three.
So the three on the wall and then one underneath the figure.
Yeah.
So the Three Swords have been taken out of the heart and put on display
for healing, because that's a healing card, right? It's a illness, sickness, healing, rest type card. And in this sense, like, that's what it will mean. Oh, you know what I mean? That's the message it usually conveys. But the additional stuff and the looking at it and the depth of it, you may have come from. So here's how you'd put that together, right? So in that sense, let's say you have a client who has the Four of Swords, and that's how you feel about that. Potentially, you can check with them and say, so tell me, did you
experience
blah 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 with and you can be speaking into the Three of Swords. So interesting story that you tell. I like that,
because we've always got to look at the cards around other cards. So if we've got the Three of Swords come out in a reading, what else is around it?
Absolutely.
What else is around it? You know, that you can't just read, and this is a trap that I have fallen into, just reading one card on its own. Again, a blind spot. I read one card on its own.
And then that's cool. However,
there's other cards around. Or draw a clarifying card with that card.
I was watching. I was on some fucking social media thing and was looking up tarot, and someone had said that they don't use clarifying cards, and I was like, I had to stop for a minute and go, stop being judgy McJudgy, and just maybe that person just gets all that clarity from the one
From
card.
the one card.
So in that, I sort of thought, well, how would you do that? And then I thought, oh, you go back to your see, feel, know,
Exactly.
you dive into it completely. And because I'm like, maybe you don't need a clarifying card. But if you're uncertain, definitely pull one.
If you're uncertain,
definitely pull one.
Or you want more information.
Yeah, pull one. So here's the 4 that Miss Trenner was talking about. So on the 4 of swords, and you'll see the 3 above and the 1 underneath. So it's almost like the support of self, even though, funny enough, this particular card can mean death, hey?
It can mean death.
So, but having said that, death of that emotional situation that you may have found yourself in, because now is the time to rest.
To rest and to heal.
Yeah. Wow. We've got so many more cards, and I don't think we're going to get through them all. We're not going to get through them all. But so doing the see, feel, know, doing the diving into the colors, seeing, feeling, sensing into what the story may have been before. I think that's a great thing you've brought up about how to uncover that. And then, of course, there's the tapping.
There's a tapping,
right?
yes.
There's the tapping. So
yes, always, or yes, definitely do tapping. Contact me.
Absolutely, reach out, contact Tren.
If you don't feel, write it down.
Yeah,
get it out
of your body, right? Because that's what this 3 of Swords is saying, right? Get it out.
So if you journal, if you write, if you punch a pillow, if you scream into the pillow,
yeah, absolutely,
get it out of your body, because it's when, as we know, when we are holding emotion in our bodies, eventually that turns into dis-ease.
It does.
It turns into dis-ease.
It does. So
get into the practice of getting it out of your body. However, what punching a punching bag, going to the gym and just, I don't know what you do at gym.
Well, you want to make sure you don't hurt your shoulder.
No, don't. But just do something, and it doesn't have to be physical, but get it out of your body.
Yeah. Definitely get it out of your body. So I've loved this.
I really have enjoyed this.
We'll probably do more on the blind spots. And so let us know what your blind spots or tunnel visions are, and then we can use your cards.
Yeah, exactly.
And even the deck. Let us know what deck, and we'll research all of that and see what we can bring.
Yeah, because some decks have different images.
Yeah, well, like this bloody dragon card.
Exactly.
Like, to me, totally changed the feeling, right?
It really did.
I love the dragon cards, though.
I just love
my favorite.
The colors.
Yeah,
I know this is probably, but the colors of that card and the electricity. I mean, I know he's surrounded by electricity, but the feeling of it is electric.
It is, isn't it?
It is electric.
We spoke about the 7 of Cups. I'm just going to touch that on the dragon card. So with the dragon card, there is the 7 of Cups.
Now that's got a completely
different feel.
It's going to find a completely different feel to the Rider-Waite.
It has. So the dragon card has like a dragon resting, and it's almost like it's
almost like he's
dreamed up these other choices that he has. So to me, that feels like I'm contemplating, or I'm looking at all of the things available to me, as opposed to questioning what I have. That's how I see the difference in those 2 cards.
And with that card, with the dragon card, to me, he's manifesting.
Oh,
he's
I can see that.
What he wants, or he's putting out to the universe about. And whereas this card, the Rider-Waite card, is very much, oh shit.
Feels like an oh shit.
It really feels like
questions. Whereas this dude is kind of like,
he's relaxed. He's probably asleep, dreaming. Well, this is
that's what it looks like. Now he could be, thinking about all the choices and everything. However, I like the manifestation version of that. And it's almost like on the dragon card, which Tren will take a photo of, because Tren does all that. Looking behind there, you'll see it's like a bit orange and a little bit black in the landscape. So to me, it's like this dragon with his breath of fire has come along, blown out all your cobwebs, and then gone, okay, now what am I choosing to work with? Yeah.
And even if while Lou was talking, if you look at both figures, the dragon and the figure, in the Rider-Waite, the figure is tense. There's a tension to him. Whereas in the dragon, he's lying there having a
He's
great
got
old
curled
nap,
up,
isn't
isn't
he?
he? It's like he's having this nap, yeah.
So
It's
there's a
really
relaxation
interesting.
to him, isn't it? And it's interesting how
It's still
different
emotional.
parts.
See the water?
Yeah.
The
There's still,
dragon really shows the water. So
whereas this one,
it's
unless
more
you
the
look at the
colour.
blue,
Yeah.
but in the dragon class, it's the water that shows the emotion, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. So the other thing, why the fuck are we doing this when we're talking about blind spots? Right. So why we're doing this is sometimes it helps to have a separate deck.
It does, and
where
a
you can
completely
go
different
and
deck.
go, okay, well, how do I feel if I use a different deck
Yeah.
with the same card, right?
Exactly.
What is that all about? So these are just little ways to help you get out of your tunnel vision, get out of your blind spots, expand your mind, be curious, do all the things.
Because in other, because you know, and I do use the Rider-Waite as my working deck.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing in the Light Seers deck.
I love the Light Seers deck
just
too.
got a different. It's more modern.
I was just going to say, it feels
modern.
more modern and upbeat.
It's more
doesn't
modern,
it? Yeah.
you know, and it's more, in some cases, more relatable.
Yeah.
More relatable to us now.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And the situations we're feeling through now.
Visually look at, you're talking about. Yeah.
So you sometimes if you put the two cards together, like we did with the Seven of Cups, you get more information.
Absolutely.
You get more information. And it could just be a trick, and like it's done to me today, is to shift the tunnel vision. It's to shift the blind spots over certain cards.
Yeah.
Because we all have blind spots and the cards we really don't like when they turn up and you go, oh no.
Yeah.
But if you can shift it to look at positives or look at other ways or see, feel, know, to get a different feeling about it.
Yeah. So that's us on blind spots.
And we had so many other cards to talk about.
We have so many, like, seriously. We won't show you them, just probably talk about them. Look at all them. We were going to talk about all them. Like, here we are thinking we're going to get through that. Yeah, no, we're not.
No, we're not. We just focused on what? Three,
four. Yep. So another session. So let us know.
Let us know what your
cards are for you.
Yeah, what blind spots that you have or what decks you use to trick you out of that blind spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great session.
I've loved this.
I've loved it too.
It's really moved things about certain cards now. So next time we'll focus on other ones, not the swords.
That's fine. Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. And we love your encouragement. We love your support.
Absolutely.
We just love you.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
We just love you.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Absolutely.
Thank you for commenting.
Yeah. And we will catch you next week. Okay.
See you later.
Big love. Bye.